Once upon a time, there was a man called Adam. He was an employee at a multinational company. At first, he was so excited and full of energy about his new job until he had to meet the stress monster. And only when he thought he was getting better at his new job, the stress monster would grow bigger and bigger, which made him angry all the time. He felt annoyed and stressed. His body had to respond to such anger by increasing his heart rate, blood pressure, and such physical things. Then he thought that he might be relieved at his own home. But then he met another monster, his wife. She would go all like, "Take out the trash, let's go to a party. Do I look fat today?" And then he would go like, Adam turned to his kids for comfort. He then realized that this was not so much of a good idea. Cause you know what they say, silence is golden unless you have kids. Then silence is just a little bit suspicious. Adam's life was slowly turning into a misery. The man had nowhere to go. His boss in return would mumble all the time about how Adam needs to work for extra hours and do some extra work. Exactly. And to make things worse, Adam was fired. He was sad, confused, terrified to be more accurate. How was he going to proceed with his life? How was he going to support his family? A lot of questions, but sadly, with no answer. So at this very moment, the only answer Adam could find was to go to bars, to run away from his responsibilities, as he was not strong enough to face them. He had no hope. Adam's life turned upside down, because sadly, he became a regular customer at bars. He consumed all of his money, time, health, and the very last of his dignity. Until one day, Adam's wife decided to abandon him, and he was already fired from his job. He could not handle all of these losses, so he decided to put an end to this and overdose on alcohol. He kept drinking and drinking and drinking. Then he was vomiting, he had seizures, he was slowly and irregularly breathing. His skin went pale and his body temperature was very low until he passed out completely. Everyone at the bar freaked out. The bartender said he was undergoing alcohol toxicity and must be taken to a hospital immediately, as his life was in great danger. On the way to the hospital, the nurses had to check if he had airway obstruction, and they kept him in the right position. They checked if he was breathing and checked his blood pressure, and they also had to maintain his fluids by IV infusion, and they had to monitor his heart. Once Adam got to the hospital, they had to recheck his vitals, body temperature, pulse rate, respiration rate, and blood pressure. The doctors decided that he needed hemodialysis to remove alcohol and its toxic metabolites from Adam's body and to reduce the duration of antidotal treatment. He was then given the antidotes for alcohol, disulfiram and thiamine hydrochloride, which acts as a competitive alcohol dehydrogenase inhibitor. Adam was finally safe, and with the help of professional rehab doctors, it became clear to him that in life, you would have to choose between two pathways, the easy one and the right one. So he decided to take control of his life. So as a starter, he decided to work out, go to gyms, go for a run every day, and be in a good health generally. He even started looking for new jobs. And this time, he knew exactly what he was looking for and was actually strong enough to go and chase it. And in order to build the new image, he started learning some new languages, which of course would help him so much with his job, and as you all know, would also look great on his resume. He also considered meditation and yoga, which somehow kept him calm, stress-free, and more of a happy person. It also helped him to have a better appreciation for life. Adam was finally happy because he became aware of the definition of happiness, which is being the creator of your experience, choosing to take pleasure in what you have right now, regardless of the circumstances, while being the best you that you can be. And remember that you always have a choice.